Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another Patreon-sponsored blind reaction. And this one comes to you courtesy of a random brony who has requested that I react to the Failure of Rainfurrest from the Internet Historian. So yeah, another Internet Historian video, this one about Rainfurrest, which I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing it's a furry convention, just based on it sounding like a furry convention. Obviously, it's a playoff of Rainforest, but Furrest, so yeah. But yeah, I've never heard of it, which makes this probably the first one of these Internet Historian videos where I'm going into it completely blind, having no real knowledge of the thing. I mean, with He Will Not Divide Us, so I didn't really know the full story, especially as it went along to like the later installments, but I at least knew where it started with Shia and all that. And with the 4chan Tumblr stuff, I didn't really know too much about the war itself, but I was aware of both sides and could understand the differences between them and why that might happen and how that might happen. And it didn't really surprise me. And Y2K, I of course lived through that. And yeah, DashCon. I had seen some memes. I had heard a little bit about it. Heard about that ball pit. But Rainforest is entirely new to me. I guess I'm just not up on my knowledge of the furry community. And yeah, with a furry convention, if that is what this is, there's definitely a lot of potential for something to go wrong, I would say. Though, yeah, I don't really know in this case what did. But obviously, with it getting a video from the Internet Historian, we know something happened bad, and I'm very curious to find out what that is. So let's go ahead and get this started. Here we go.
Where are we?
Oh.
Rainforest.
Where are we?
Rainforest.
Yep.
In September
Okay.
2015, a group of furries came together with a brilliant idea.
I'm sure it was.
Rainfurrest. A convention for and by furries. This is their story.
I'm just bringing in all the dirty laundry here, so you guys are lucky, and I'm probably going to ask you to not post that video.
Was that really a novel idea? I thought there were
is the
lots
reverse of DashCon.
of
Where
furry
DashCon
conventions.
was a disaster caused by its organizers, Rainfurrest was a disaster caused by its attendees.
Okay. Sounds fun.
Absolutely sure there is no truth to the rumor that Rainforest is under an evil curse. And with that, it is my pleasure to officially declare Rainforest 2015 open.
It all started with a talent contest. That went okay.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
As the night went on, some started to get absolutely...
Needed some censorship there, huh? Nothing better than drunk furries.
A few hours later, the destruction had begun. Somebody had deliberately loosened the bolt on one of these toilets,
Okay.
so that when the next person flushed, water flooded everywhere, 2.5 inches deep. An emergency plumber was quickly on the scene, but the damage was already done. Water had leaked through the floor and onto the basement servers below. Meanwhile, staff and security are threatening to throw out some of the guests. They had disabled the fire alarm so they could hotbox their room.
Oh my.
Obviously, there are reasons not to do that. Down at the hot tub, someone took all of these towels and threw them into the spa. But
Why?
They were rolling up towels and stuffing them directly into the pump, causing thousands of dollars in damage.
Okay.
And they stepped it up a notch from DashCon, from going number 1 in the ball pit to going number 2 in the swimming pool.
Of course.
Back at the bathroom, there were rumors that someone had drilled a glory hole into one of the stalls, although this wasn't confirmed. But what was confirmed was a haul of over 2,000 nitrous oxide canisters, just laying around in rooms and hallways. But that was just the start of the drug problem. First, a couple of guys overindulge in mushrooms and need an ambulance.
Of course.
Then a staff member gets arrested for sexual assault.
Of
Someone else
course.
was arrested for regular assault. A few others drank too much and needed a second ambulance. And on the other side of the car park, 2 more people are being arrested, one for drug possession and the other for dealing.
Drugs was the major problem.
Meanwhile, you have these guys wearing clothes. They call it crinkling, after the noise it makes when they walk around. And yes, some of these diapers are full. The other guests weren't too pleased. Later on, they're just throwing food and diapers in the gardens and stairwell. They were behaving like animals.
One thing that's important is we do ask that you guys all be really good back to the hotel. You know the elevator buttons? You really don't have to use your foot to push them.
A few hours later.
Put your pants on and stop breaking shit!
But that wasn't the end of it.
There was an incident with diapers being found on people's cars.
The hotel was left in ruins.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Okay.
The Hilton submitted a letter listing all of the reasons Rainfurrest would not be allowed
Degeneracy.
at their venue from now on.
I mean, that pretty much
damage
covers
was
it.
more than all of the other cons combined that year. But it wasn't just the damages. Rainforest was insured and had over 150 grand in the bank to pay for it all. Rainforest was just so toxic that they said, "No thank you, take your money elsewhere." But that left them with a rather large problem, because big hotel chains talk. Hilton talks to Sheraton, talks to Marriott, talks to
Yeah,
Hyatt, talks to
yeah.
Hyatt, talks to Best Western, but there's more. Someone was sending detailed letters to nearby venues, warning them why they shouldn't host the next Rainforest. Soon, there isn't one hotel in Seattle that has a convention center willing to host them.
No other hotel this side of the state wanted to take us. From Seattle to
I wonder why.
What's interesting is that the organizers knew who was sending the letters.
These are the things that were talked about in that letter, and you're pretty much the only person who could have known that. Yeah, in my heart of hearts, I know who it is. Lean's motive and opportunity around, and it pisses me off.
In case you missed that, what he's saying is whoever sent the letters was the same person who was putting diapers on these cars. Running low on options, they started to look further outside of the city. They managed to find a venue in Spokane that was willing to give them a shot. But by February, none of that mattered. The diaper-wearing saboteur had sent out another letter, and Spokane backed out. So Rainforest 2016 was cancelled.
Probably
And
for the best.
That's the story of Rainforest. So far.
Oh.
Unlike DashCon, Rainforest is coming back. And
Okay.
Rainforest 2017 promises to be bigger and better than ever.
RF 2017, they're bringing it back! They're bringing it back! Yes! Oh, so many memories! So many memories!
Oops, never mind, as I was editing this. So it's cancelled forever. Bye.
Sometimes the world looks perfect, nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change. No matter odds are there,
Oh. Well, that's different.
it's gonna stand in my way. This flame in my heart,
Wow.
a long lost friend, gives every dark street a light at the wings of my dream, rise and fall on the wings of
That's just weird.
rain and thunder, wind and haze. I'm bound for better days.
Yeah, Oh, God.
My dream, and nothing's gonna stop me now.
One last thing.
Oh.
A couple months ago, I made a video called Balloon Boy, The Untold Story.
Okay.
Soon after, Richard Heaney got in touch.
Here it is. Right?
For a follow-up to this story, check out my second channel, Incognito Mode.
Interesting. I remember the balloon boy. Do you have to take the video down or something? Didn't really tell us much there, but yeah, there we go. That was that was interesting. Rainforrest. Yeah, I mean that's about what I'd expect from a furry convention, I guess. Maybe a little worse. I don't know. It wasn't really that big a deal. I thought there were lots of furry conventions. I really, really did. I don't know. Maybe there aren't. I mean, it is kind of a weird thing. But, just thinking there were like a lot of brony conventions when they were big. So I would have figured. But I don't know. Don't really have any idea what's going on with the furries. But yeah, this looks like a mess, and I can understand why it never did come back. Anyway, hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.